My name is Fraser Ferguson. I'm a director at Cube Networks. Cube are a telecommunications company who own their own network, KubeNet, delivering internet services and cyber security services to businesses throughout the UK and globally. As a technology company, with companies who sit on our network, it's important that we can deliver network security for those customers. Don't always think you're secure, because you're not. One thing to remember, that the criminal element that's involved in cyber is usually 1 or 2 steps ahead of you. So make sure that you have the tools in place internally. Make sure your people are trained and understand the threats. And the third and most important one, don't scrimp and save, because it will happen. The threats are real, and it's clear that the marketplace aren't fully understanding what those threats are. Becoming or joining the Catalyst Group enables business owners like Cube Networks, who I guess are at the coalface and see the threats daily, to enable ScotGov to develop a programme which is both coherent and accessible for both businesses and citizens to understand the cyber threat. We've got highly skilled engineers here, both Cisco and ethical hackers. So we felt that we knew most things about the cyber threat. However, what Cyber Essentials does for you and your business is that it enables you to take a wider view of the threats that you think you've secured, but actually you haven't. So therefore, it's a great way to do your gap analysis, for example, of your business, see where your vulnerabilities are, where they're coming from, and how it may impact your business going forward. So Cyber Essentials gives you a solid health check on your network and your processes around that network, both for your people and your customers. Today I'm going to be talking with David McCutcheon of Bullet Express, one of Scotland's largest haulage companies, who was the recent victim of a cyber attack where his company lost, through a phishing attack, some revenue, and he's going to discuss how he felt about that and what steps he's taken since to ensure that that's not going to happen again. David, can you tell me about the recent cyber attack and how you handled the situation?
Well, at the time it was a simple email to myself requesting funds to be transferred immediately to a specific account. For a small to medium business, that's quite a common thing from a director to a finance director. And at the time we okayed that transfer, but very quickly we realised there was an issue. We then put procedures in place that nothing like that would ever happen again. It's either monetary transfers are either done through purchase orders which are signed off, or a phone call takes place, and that's the main point that we used to stop that. Okay.
How were you able to get control of the threat and secure both your network and the processes around how you actually interact with staff members?
Well, we obviously alerted all staff members to these specific emails, and they'd all to be checked. But we have our IT system, which we've now upgraded to deal with the cyber threat. Yeah. We're only as strong as we realise now is our weakest link, yeah. And that comes through ports in our business.
Okay. What advice would you give other organisations?
Well, I certainly give a lot of advice in that it's one of the areas where people don't really want to deal with it. They want to ignore the cyber threat. It's something most of us don't have great knowledge of. Go to these meetings, learn a bit more about it, and take the threat seriously. Make sure your staff are informed and invest in your infrastructure. You need to get your ports and your business protected, because you're only as strong as your weakest link.
Yeah. What lessons have you learnt from this attack, David?
Well, I've learned to be alert all the time, to realise they're coming all the time, they're going to continue coming, so we have to be sharp, we have to change our processes as they get smarter, and again you have to invest in your IT infrastructure. If you don't invest in cyber protection, you will get caught eventually.
Do you think Cyber Essentials is a good idea, and why?
Well, it's very much a good idea. As I said, it's a weak link in the business. We are now dealing with major multinational companies, and if we want to continue dealing with these guys, we have to be at our best, and that includes our IT.